I'm tired of this, man. Get this guy out my club, innit? Frank the Burberry. The designer Chris Wilder, bro. Man said we're 16th or 17th in the league. I don't even know. Haven't looked at the league table. Losing at home to West Ham. A team that played the exact same system as us. Man can't tell me it's the players. Man can't tell me that they got better players than us. West Ham, you know. I'm tired of this, bro. All you apologists, all you guys apologizing for this manager, would you have the same energy if it was Gareth Southgate? Or if it was a Thomas Frank? Or a less exotic name? The answer is absolutely no. But you lot continue to make excuses for this guy. We got a cup final. How can you be confident? How can you be confident of the cup final? We're playing against a team that he's lost to twice already. Twice already. This guy can't put together 2 wins in the league. The last time we won a league game, yeah, man were telling me it was in March. These wins in the European competitions have papered over the massive cracks in this Ruben Amorim campaign. This guy has not done one thing well since he's came and taken over this football club. Not one thing. We were unbeaten in Europe before he came in, and we're still unbeaten in Europe now. There's not a single game that he won that I believe that Ten Hag wouldn't have won in Europe. There's not one. We brought in this guy, yeah, 4 points off top 4. There's no way that Ineos spent the money to sack Ten Hag and also to release him from his contract at Sporting. There's no way they brought him in for us to finish 16th or 17th in the league. They brought him in because they thought he was finishing in a European place. They thought he was finishing in the top 4, or they thought at least we could compete for the top 4. He's taken us in the complete other direction, and yet you losers, because that's what you are. You're accepting this because this is elite sport. The whole point of elite sport is to win. Not only to win games, but to win trophies. This guy has taken us in the exact opposite direction. The exact opposite direction. This will be, if you're not including Community Shields, because I don't include them, this is 10 finals in 10 seasons, or 10 finals in 10 years. With 5 different managers. So that means that we get to finals anyway. So that should not be the metric in keeping a manager at this football club. Carlo Ancelotti has already been replaced by Real Madrid off the record. This guy can still win the league. Obviously, he's not going to. You wouldn't think. But he still can mathematically, and it doesn't matter. He's still out of here. We saw the Forest manager going off at Nuno today, who hasn't been there that long, because they might have just blown their top 5 hopes and their Champions League hopes. The Forest owner, going off at Nuno. The guy was fuming. That's Nottingham Forest. Why are the standards at Nottingham Forest higher than the standards at Manchester United? Why are they? This manager should not survive this season, whether he wins the Europa League or not. Winning the Europa League is not the metric to keep a manager that's performing at this level. When Van Gaal finished 5th with all them injuries, all of them youth players he was playing, and he got sacked, the outcry was not there. Winning trophies is not the be-all and end-all, yeah, in terms of keeping a manager in this job, or else there'd have been outrage. I remember. You lot thought that we were getting a better manager in Jose Mourinho, so there was no outcry. There was no, oh my days, he won us a trophy, he deserves more time. There was none of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe because you didn't fancy LVG. Because a lot of you, man, definitely, there's some homoerotic shit going on with Ruben Amorim, bro. There is. There has to be. Because why else would you be making excuses for this guy? Why else? Please tell me. Because the protection that he's getting makes absolutely no sense. It's illogical. Just like being confident of beating Spurs in the final is illogical. The only reason why I believe that we beat Tottenham in the final is just because of what we keep doing as a football club. We just keep turning up in these moments and somehow creating these fairy tales. But maybe this is the end of the fairy tale against Spurs. Maybe we lose against Tottenham Hotspur, yeah, and we get what we finally deserve. Maybe. Because as it stands, I don't trust this manager to pick the right team to win us the game. And I don't trust him to coach a win either, because I haven't seen him do it once. I saw us concede 4 goals with no reply against Lyon. And the players dug him out of a deep hole. This guy's poor. He's a poor coach. And he's also a poor leader. Good leaders put the team before themselves. The reason why he's playing this crap football and we keep losing is because of the way he sees football. And he's made it abundantly clear he's not going to change the way he sees football, which means we're going to continue to suffer. Why would you give him money in the summer? The only money I'm giving this guy in the summer, is compensation for him to fuck off. That's the only money I'm giving him. Him and his band of flipping mutants, bro. Y-Scout mutants. Get these men out of here. They've done nothing in the game. We've had way more qualified managers than him, be thrown out of this club for far less than what we're putting up with this guy. Why should he be the one that gets time? Why should he be the one that gets time? It makes absolutely no sense, bro. I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid today. And I'm not livid because we lost the game. I said before the game, this is a nothing game. And it was a flat game. At moments, it looked like 2 teams that had absolutely nothing to play for. So I'm not worried necessarily about the result. I'm disgusted by the manner of the result. I'm disgusted by the lack of quality football. The football's still shit. I'm disgusted by the fact that we went pretty strong today. Bruno started, Ahmad started, Mazraoui started, Mount started, Euro started and got injured. We lost Lenny Euro, one of our best players, a player that should have never played. He played 90 minutes last game. Mazraoui shouldn't have started either. The manager was saying, Mazraoui's getting burnt out and he's playing too many minutes. Why did Maz play today? Why? He could have easily played Shaw, Maguire and Lindelof. Easily could have done that. Man rested Patrick Dorgu. Like, respectfully, Dorgu's not as important to this team as Lenny Euro is. And we lost De Ligt the game before. Starting De Ligt after being out for months. Starting him. And then he comes back and he gets injured. And even though the injury is probably not serious enough to keep him out the final, I would have rather had De Ligt available. You shouldn't have never started De Ligt. This guy keeps making fundamental errors. And people still want to protect him. There were loads of individual performances that weren't good today. But how often are we talking about individual performances in this system? Collectively, this Manchester United team are not playing well in this Ruben Amorim system. We get away with the lack of physicality, in Europe because it's a slower pace. But in the Premier League, we get punished and we're playing the final against a Premier League team. So you would think that the game is going to be closer to a Premier League team, Premier League game, Premier League fixture to a European fixture. And if that's the case, we're fucked. We're fucked. I don't see how we beat Spurs playing like this. I don't see it. No players are looking good in this system. Mazraoui at centre-back, you see his qualities anyway. But he's not a centre-back. He's a right-back, playing centre-back. And being accommodated, in this shit system, bro. Kobe Mino today, not great. But again, who looks great in this system? Bruno was awful today. You only hear Bruno fans come out when he's got a goal or an assist. But another poor performance from him. He was poor last game as well. People were saying, it was the fatigue. I don't think it's fatigue. It's just what he does. Rasmus Højlund, trash. Mason Mount, trash. Mason Mount scored a couple goals last game and people were like, Mason Mount has arrived. Mason Mount is rubbish, bro. Do you know what I mean? He'll give you the odd game where he can contribute because he's all cardio and hard work and that. But Mason Mount's not. Mason Mount's not the level, bro. He's a squad player at best at Man United. He should probably be on half the money, and he shouldn't be wearing Eric Cantona's shirt. He shouldn't be wearing that. Len Euro was quality, but he's injured now. Does he make the final? I hope so. Doesn't really look like it. He looked like he was borderline, like in tears when he was going off. Like he was emotional, bro. That kind of gives me the feeling that he doesn't think he's going to make the final. The final's only in 10 days. We started Ahmad. Ahmad is so crucial for us. I didn't really want to see him play more than about 30 minutes. Didn't really want to see it. Today was just an absolute disgrace, bro. An absolute disgrace. People are going to continue to protect this manager, but I'm at the point where it's like, legit, yeah, if we don't win against Spurs, yeah, Ineos have to sack him. They should sack him anyway. But this guy has shown, yeah, that he's incapable of coaching in the Premier League. Because it's not about players. It's not about that now. Fundamentally, this guy's not good. Graham Potter's playing the same system. Graham Potter came into the league, yeah, in the middle of the season, just like this manager, with worse players. And they've beat us today. What's the excuse? Glasner's playing the same system. Before Glasner was there, they had Roy Hodgson, our old man that weren't playing that system. They came in, upturning form immediately. Where's our new manager Bants gone? Where's it gone? People say don't use Wolves as a comparison because Wolves always use three at the back. Cool. So I haven't used Wolves. Haven't used it. Don't need it. There's multiple teams in this league that can play the three at the back and do play the three at the back when they need to, yeah, and they all outperform us. Every time we play a team, we're second best. When's the last time you've seen United start well, yeah, be the better team and score when the momentum's going their way? Most of the time we're scoring and it's an equaliser or it's a consolation because we're already fucking losing. It's disgraceful. A man think it's the players. Nah, it's not the players, bro. We're losing to teams that don't have better players than us every single week, and there's always an excuse, bro. You man want to suck off the players on Twitter and do your agendas and do your GAs, all this bollocks, yeah? And then as soon as we lose, they're rubbish. Which one is it? I can't think of many games this season where I thought, you know what, the manager's absolutely coached a blinder. Like, can't think of it. I see bare games where players just have moments and we win the game in spite of not really being at the races, bro. What, we beat City at a time where everyone was beating City. That's about as good as it's got. It's about as good as it's got. Fucking poor, mate. We beat Arsenal on pens. Come on, man. This is a disgrace, bro. At this point, if you're actually defending, yeah, how he's got us playing, yeah, because the football's not good. The results are not good. The team selections aren't good. There's nothing positive. You man are living in hope. That's all you're living in. The tribalism. It's a cult, bro. This is what it is. I didn't sign up to a cult when I decided to support a football club. I didn't. So you can miss me with that bullshit. All you man, yeah, that are Amorim apologists, yeah, you man are a detriment to this football club. You're a detriment. Because this guy should be getting booed. He should be getting booed out the stadium. Because they were booing Moyes. And this guy's worse than David Moyes. So it's one of them ones where certain men need to work out whether they actually want this club to do well.